concerned when they don't care to say it. Funny how people will act like they know you, but they don't even got a clue what they're saying.
YEEHAW soldiers, it's a brand new country in the video, and this is What If Ichigo Had the Sharingan Part 2. So it's been a while since I uploaded a video on this series, so I'm pretty sure you guys are excited that this series is back. I'm thinking about some new series for Bleach in terms of like what ifs, like What If Ichigo Had a Stand, which was suggested to me by Infinite Dragon Sorcerer a long time ago, and I feel very compelled to do it, especially with X's series on What If Naruto Had a Stand. I also have other ideas in terms of Bleach, but that is a very significant one. I do have another DBZ series coming up, so that should be pretty nice. And then in Naruto and MHA's case, which are probably the two animes that I have the most population stake in, I guess, whatever you want to call it, I'll probably add one or two more series to each in terms of those What If series, but I want to focus on the series I already have so I can finish them up. Well, in Naruto's case, finish the entirety of Naruto, and in MHA's case, when I catch up with season 4, and I'll let you guys decide if you want me to continue into the manga. So that should be fun. In terms of the rapid fire what ifs, you should see another one coming up soon. Quick social media plugs, follow me at AnimeStage4, that's my Twitter handle, and that is inching closer to 100 followers. It's at 67 at the moment. Same with Instagram, which is anime_stage4. Finally, join my Discord so you get sneak peeks at supplementary content and live stream notifications ahead of time. I also got material on that Discord, and it's a great way for you guys to interact with me, as well as Twitter and Instagram. All these are in the social media section in the description, so check them out. Sorry this is kind of long, but I have quite a bit of stuff to say to you guys. Now for usual checklist. If you haven't seen the last part of the series, link in the description. If you haven't seen the series at all, check out the playlist. With all out of the way, let's get right into the story. Alright, we are right after the Orihime incident, with her brother, and Ichigo has gone praised by Rukia for his unique power, which is the Sharingan. He has discovered he can calm down hollows and even control them, although with his one Tomoe, or whatever you want to call it, he can only do it to those who have recently become hollows. So let's just say around the time frame of around a week, maybe a little less. Anything above that, he is kind of out of luck. Rukia and Ichigo have different conversations while they're at school, and it revolves around, well, the Sharingan. I feel like they would eventually come to that name based on either Japanese lore, plus the other alternative names just seemed either corny or just like, eh. Rukia says that Ichigo would make a really good Soul Reaper, especially with an ability that can tame hollows, and wants to know how it works. Ichigo would probably try to remember what happened when he was trying to control, well, Orihime's brother or Acid Wire, and realize it felt like the eyes were acting as some kind of power and pointing something on the hollow, but doesn't know what they fully were, and especially since he was activated in the moment. The next part of these conversations would pertain to the potential weaknesses of that ability. The conversation would more so center around those potential weaknesses, because I'm pretty sure Rukia would bring it up, because a power like that, no matter how good it is, has to have a bit of a cost, and I think Rukia would be very familiar with that. You know what I'm saying? The actual limits of power, they don't really know for sure yet. Of course, the entirety of the Chad and Parakeet saga goes around the same, except for one thing. When Ichigo appears in front of the hollow, he tries to use his Sharingan to control it, but the hollow shrugs it off and asks what was the point of those illusions, or probably just says something along the lines of that. Ichigo then learns two things here. One, his power does of course have limits, and two, he kind of knows how his power works here. He then just kills the hollow off like normal. The entire Cone thing happens around the same, except for one thing. Kisuke sees the Sharingan with his own eyes when Ichigo was finding the hollow that him and Cone ended up finding. And Ichigo, by the way, does do a bit better here because, Sharingan boost and stuff like that. Kisuke seeing the actuality of his own eyes and, having that right there, well, it makes him more interested in Ichigo, just than the original canon version. Where that could lead, I have no idea. In the Grand Fisher Saga, there is quite a bit of changes. Ichigo and his family still go up to the gravestone, and of course, more in depth of Ichigo's mother. Ichigo still be under the impression that he was the one who killed his mother, or him being responsible for his mother's death. Rukia and the Soul Reaper thing happens like as normal, the Soul Reaper trying to check up on Rukia. Rukia would probably explain Ichigo's ability to tame hollows when Ichigo appears. Of course, the guy would probably be intrigued by Ichigo at this point, but of course, the Soul Reaper will probably end up not caring for that as much as he should. He'll probably acknowledge Ichigo a little bit earlier on, especially if he can develop the ability, but he's still in the mood to either, bring Rukia back to the Soul Society, or bring her justice, or tease her and Ichigo as a couple. Whichever one works, you know what I'm saying? Probably a little bit of both. Of course, Grand Fisher appears, Ichigo's Sharingan blazes when he sees, his two little sisters in trouble. Of course, Ichigo will do a bit better against Grand Fisher here because, Sharingan boost and him be able to track his movements. But since Grand Fisher is Grand Fisher, Ichigo will be pushed to the brink just like in canon. Grand Fisher will acknowledge Ichigo has his power, and the ability will intrigue him, but he is of course still raw. And of course during the fight, when Ichigo does tell that he was the reason why his mother died, this would actually give Ichigo a rage boost during the fight because of his Sharingan. You see, again, I do have the connections to Ichigo and the Sharingan's emotions, even though I don't have the Curse of Hatred, because again, I think the emotions that can be linked to Sharingan are fine. It's just like, again, let's not deal with the Curse of Hatred. You know what I'm saying? Plus, again, when I also had to take out the Mangekyo stuff because I don't know if there would be another. I can't really write another set of eyes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So it's something like that. If something like that, I should say, just for the spirit of Sharingan, and yeah. That's just all I have to say there. Now this would catch Grand Fisher off guard during the fight, of course, but with the emotional manipulation of using Ichigo's mother as essentially a shield, again, even with all that out of the way, he's still in that near fail position, just like the Naruto Can version. However, Ichigo's mother has, well, other ideas, and offers to final words like in canon. The joy of hearing his mother's final words, seeing her for one last time after so long, triggers the evolution. Ichigo's eyes begin to glow for a quick second, and then there is a second Tomoe that appears in the Sharingan. If you haven't gotten the reference thus far, this was kind of inspired by Sarada unlocking her Sharingan but for joy of seeing her dad again. You know, Sasuke. After he wasn't really there, but let's not talk about that. Of course, the massive difference here is there are higher stakes because Sarada was kind of traveling while she had that happen, while Ichigo is probably at a point he could probably use that, or, you know, have the courage to like beat his own mother and the Grand Fisher at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And against a tough opponent who is very close to killing him, and again is trying to use his own mother to manipulate him. This will of course catch Grand Fisher off guard, and Ichigo then delivers a blow, and it's very quick and powerful, and it severely injures Grand Fisher, more so than in the original Can version. And so Grand Fisher will have to get away because he can't really take another blow like that. And Grand Fisher realizes how powerful Ichigo is with that, you know, Sharingan, but he's also kind of weary of him. He doesn't really want to face him again. Now of course, just like this will of course upset Ichigo that he did get away, because the emotions of Sharingan are clouding him a little bit. It's kind of portraying his emotions a lot more. He had his one chance to avenge his mother. He had a direct hit on the hollow, and he ended up getting away. The Soul Reaper in this scenario is very intrigued by Ichigo. Not only did he show guts and showed amazing will and power against Grand Fisher, but his Sharingan seems to intrigue the Soul Reaper more and more, based off of the potential abilities of it. He'll leave Rukia and Ichigo alone, but not before the Lovebird joke again. Rukia then notices the transformation of his eyes into two Tomoe from the one Tomoe, and like it was originally before, and Ichigo will look at himself briefly after she points this out, and notices the transformation as well. Rukia wants to know if the second Tomoe made him stronger. Ichigo then answers yes, as he felt the power and speed increase to a different level compared to the one Tomoe Sharingan. Again, after Rukia makes sure that he's alright, I'm not being that, you know, yeah, she's not that bad, you know what I'm saying? Ichigo also wonders if the illusion got stronger with the second Tomoe, but he wants to think about that later. He does have the similar interaction with his dad, as we saw at the original end of the anime, and Ichigo will ponder about two things. One, are there more levels to his power? So, since he was able to unlock another level of the Sharingan, or I guess another, you know, Tomoe, he wonders if there are more levels to the Sharingan, and and how powerful are those levels? Well, we know because he's gonna have Mangekyo at a certain point and the free Tomoe, but he doesn't know that himself, you know what I'm saying? The second thing he'll probably ponder is whether or not all of this, the Sharingan, his Soul Reaper powers, are they going to be enough to protect those he cares about? One thing's for sure, Ichigo will hope the answer to that question is a resounding yes. Now, how will the rest of the Substitute Soul Reaper arc progress? You'll have to find out in the next part. Thank you all for watching part 2 of What Ichigo Had the Sharingan. I really hope I can do this series plus more Bleach series in the future. This Wednesday, I'll be uploading What If Naruto Had the Tensegan part 2, I believe. I have a feeling you guys are going to be really happy about that. On Friday, I'll be uploading What If Kakashi Had the Naruto part 10. That'll hopefully be the part where I can end part 1 of Naruto, and in the next part I can move on to Shippuden. I again will come out with another Rabbit Fire Red for you guys, and it'll either be on my days off or on the days I upload these to What Ifs, you know, but before that, you know what I'm saying? And also remember, the schedule I am sticking to is uploads every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That is my new schedule for 2020. I like that schedule, and you guys really seem to like it when I post in the community tab, when I let you guys decide my new schedule and a poll. I may upload a vid on days where I should be taking a day off, but that'll only happen if I have content ready to go. Most likely those are going to be break days where I can either, relax or reserve those days for potential stream days. So who knows what could happen there. So that's all I kind of have to say. Follow me on Twitter again at AnimeStage4, Instagram anime_stage4, and of course join my Discord. Links to all those in the social media section of the description. This has been your boy AnimeStage. Sign out. Peace. Yort. Ha.